So let's now discuss about innovation and coordination in social networking. So innovation and coordination. So what is innovation? Innovation is nothing but finding new things or discovering new things. So and what is coordination will be in social networking. Coordination is nothing but the nodes will be sending and receiving each and every information, that is known as coordination. So doing the work with a shareful mind is known as coordination. So the innovation is so let me write all those things. So innovation is finding something new or discovering something new. Finding something new or discovering. Discovering. So discovering. That is what we. When individuals are innovating, they can collaborate, which is one extreme end, and the other end they can work individual without interactions. The innovation is categorized into two basics. So I will experiment based upon one example. So in the innovation and coordination, the interactions over the network topologies that affect how nodes are involving and solving the problems. For example, if you take this cluster, and if A want to send information to B node, so it will directly send the information using the paths it has. For example, if these are the paths for each node, if not, so if A want to send the information to B and B want to send the information to A, so this is what it actually makes a coordination and coordination between the two bonds. For example, A sends the data and B refuses it. What will happen? There is no coordination to B that it should respect the packet which is received from the A. That is what it is not doing. So based upon the nodes and the properties we will be describing, the cluster will be that much strong. That is what innovation means. So let me add that also. So innovation and coordination is nothing but the interactions over the network topologies that affect how nodes are innovating and solving the problem. For example, if you want to find the shortest path or breadth first search or depth first search, every node should give its edge weightage. So without that, we will be not doing anything. For example, you take your Google navigation. So for example, if you want to move from Vijayawada to Newsweed, this is BZA, this is NUZ. So what will happen from Vijayawada to Newsweed? There are many paths to reach the college. Like this, we can reach the college like this also. But the Google Maps will be showing the shortest path, because shortest path between A and B. That is what we'll be doing. So Google Maps will all the nodes will be interacting with each other. So they will be finding the suitable path to reach the B. So this is the suitable path. So that's why the Google Map shows only one path. If you want multiple paths, it will be showing. So that is the reason why every node has to be coordinated with the neighboring nodes. So for example, if you take a startup company, to build up a startup company, there must be a one CEO. So each idea will be implemented. So he will be requiring a team. For example, if you want to design a website, you will be needing a web developer, front end or full stack developer, and for HR development, testing department. So there are many departments. So you will be coordinating in the network among the group of the organization, and then later you will be working on the effects of the project you want to make. Then you will be start innovating and solving it. So later you can make the new insights. For example, if you take the Tesla CEO Elon Musk, so he initially started his work with a few people. Then later, based on his effects and innovative skills, he tried to make its impact in each and every field. That is what we'll be doing. So let us try to formulate using in a flowchart diagram. So what we need initially, we need initially coordination in the network. So if there is no coordination, what will happen? The entire project or the entire team will be distorted. That is what, for example, if you see the Bahubali last scene, what will happen? The Kalke will die, the entire soldiers will be dispersed. That is what, without coordination, the entire team will be team members will be wasted. So coordination among the team is required. Then later, with the help of the coordination of the team, like HR department, testing department, and developer department, what we'll be doing will be getting the effects or changes to our project. Then based on their effects and the feedback, we'll be try to innovating, and we'll be try to innovating and try to solve it and solving it. So that is what we'll be doing in a company scenario, or in any case we'll be doing this, we'll be following these types of rule: coordination in the network and effects. After the coordination in the team, then we'll be doing testing on the effects, and then later, based on the effects, we'll be try to innovate it. So coming to the innovation, there are two types of innovations. That innovations can be done by the a group of people or for an individual. For example, let us consider in this scenario. For example, the startup idea is one members, and he will try if he want the relevant skills of the people who have the similar thought. That is what it actually depends on. For example, if a person want to do his a project on his own, so he can do it to the project on his own. If you want to have a team of members, for example, how many of you saw Mission Mangalyaan movie? So that is the best example for coordination and innovation department. So Mangalyaan is the best movie for teamwork also. So innovation are classified into two types, that is brainstorming and work in isolation. So innovation is split into two types, that is brainstorming and work in isolation. What is brainstorming? Brainstorming is nothing but we will be working with the team members. What is work in isolation? He will be left alone and he wanted to do his own project. That is what it is. So let us discuss what is brainstorming, and with the points we have, what is benefits and all those. So coming to brainstorming is nothing but there exists a coordination with other nodes. Here nodes is nothing but the group of individuals or group of the departments. So coming to the social networking, so now onwards we'll be discussing in the field of social networking itself. So there are coordination between the each and nodes. Nodes are not independently dependent. For example, if a project is given to the development team, so not only the development team but also the graphic design team will also involve in the designing the websites. That is what, for example, images, if the web developer requires images, so graphic designer will be providing them. So least will be what will happen if we coordinate in this type of environment, the progress of the project will be faster, the coordination developers will be giving more ideas and insights to make the websites or to make the project beautiful. There is a danger of group thinking that I will explain what it is. So what are the points we will be getting up from brainstorming or the group discussions? Sorry, group teamwork. First, there exists a collaboration with other nodes. Then later what will happen? The nodes are not left individually. That is nothing but every team will be observed, and based on their observation we will be getting feedbacks. Every nodes are not independent, and the progress of project will be faster. So faster progress of the project or the company will be. Then the coordination develops more ideas. For example, if in a group of 5 members, every person will be having different set of ideas. After from different 5 ideas, we'll be picking the most beautiful one, the most excellent idea. Then later we'll be doing the project on that. That is what it is. So coordination develops more ideas. So that's where there is for example, if in a group of members there are 2 excellent people, what will be doing after they starting their own company, they try to split the company into 2 parts. That is what Apple company has done. So this is what, if they are good thinkers, they will feel that why don't I have my own company. this is one of the brainstorming thing. Also, there is a danger of group thinking. For example, not a better solution. There is a danger of group thinking. For example, if one likes one thing and other doesn't like, what will happen? There will be a clash between among those two. That is what it happens. For example, if you want to work in a isolation state, we have completed brainstorming, let us come to work in isolation. If you work in isolation, what are your benefits and what are your no, what are your disadvantages? So there will be a no collaboration, only single node works. So the node will be independent. So the progress of the project will be not much faster, but it will be moving on slowly. Isolation works results in less ideas. For example, if you are the only one who is doing the project, you will be not knowing that what type of requirements do I need, or you will be gathering the requirements for a period of time. When it coming to the brainstorming, you will be having all the departments. So from each and every department, we'll be having the requirements. So that is what it is. So let me write all the points which I told now. So work in isolation. So if you work in isolation, what are your benefits? Or no no collaboration, no collaboration, no single one, only a single node works. Yeah, no collaboration will be only a single node works. And what will happen? The node is independent. The node is independent. So you are the only one who is doing the project. So you will be independent to the project, whether to do that project or not. That depends upon you. So what will be the project progress? The project progress will be slower project progress, because you are the only one who are working on it. So you have to check all the departments and you have to maintain your project requirements and gather requirements, data collection, data cleaning, all will be done by you only. So what will happen? The project will be slower, depending on the amount of time you will be allocating to each and every section. So the isolation work results in less ideas. So you are the only single one working on the project. So what are will be ideas? So you'll be having a few ideas. So you'll be trying to implement that few ideas only. Innovation, isolation, working results in less areas. So one must figure out the result themselves. So for example, if you want to have a review for your project, so what will happen? No one will be able to help you. That is why, because you are only the one who is working on that project. So you will be knowing the what are is disadvantages and advantages. So you should be the one who can take up for the results themselves. Results. A single node can go through many approaches. So that is what, let me write that. One must figure out the result themselves. So you must be the responsible to figure what is the drawback and what is not the drawback. For example, if you so let me write the let us discuss the diagrammatic way of network structure. So in brainstorming, so what is brainstorming? Brainstorming is nothing but we are dealing with the different types of people. That means that different types of department. Consider this is another department, this is another department, this is another department, this is another department. So all these department will be coordinating to each other. That is what it is. So every node will be having a connections to each and every node. We have given that there is a connection. There is a connection and there is a connection. So this is the actual structure for in a network structure in a brainstorming. So we'll be, for example, consider this as the HR department. This is a testing department. This is a development department, and this is a what we call graphic design department, and this is a business analytics department, and this is some X department. So each HR will be connecting to the development thing, whether the project is completed or not. The development will be team will be asking the graphic designer and team to provide to provide the requirements, and the development team, after they're testing the project, they will be given to the testing department then later will be given to the business analytics department, whether to check if the all the requirements has been met or not. Then the business analytic team will be giving to the client. The client will be reporting to the HR department regarding the regarding the any modifications in the project or not. So that is what. So here every department is working collaboratively with each and every members without losing any node independently. That is what it is. So coming to the network structure in work isolation, work in isolation, that is nothing but network structure. So if you take a collection of the people who are working singly, the graph will look like. So this person is working on his own project. This node is working on his own project. So everyone is working on his own project. So there will be a no link between. That is no collaboration between each other. That is what the network structure of work in isolation be like. So there is no coordination among themselves because, for example, if they want to be a coordination, they will be coming under the brainstorming. But they want to work in an isolation state where they want to make their own project. So that is what it is. So these are the innovation and coordination techniques, coordination types. So what we have seen, what is innovation? So innovation is nothing but finding and discovering. So then later we have seen what is coordination in a network and effects and innovating and solving. We have seen one example of a company. Innovation is broadly divided into two types. One is brainstorming and work in isolation. What is brainstorming is nothing but working with a group of people or collective of people. So the work process will be faster. When coming to the isolation state, so you will be the only one who is doing on the project, or you are developing a project. The progress will be slower. So this is the architecture or network structure of brainstorming. This is the architecture of network isolation state. For example, in exam, if they ask you a question, excuse me, if they ask you a question on innovation and coordination, just write down all the points, and after the brainstorming, try to make this network structure of brainstorming diagram, and later come to a work in isolation state and draw this diagram. That will be fine enough. Now let us move on to the another model, that is Kauffman's NK model. FF Kauffman's NK model. So its model speaks about the every model should be have several interactions among the components. That is, for example, if you take the brainstorming graph, the Kauffman's NK model says that every node has to be interacted with the another nodes to get the project done or to develop a project. That is what all this Kauffman's NK model. So Kauffman NK model states that the system should be built under several interactions of the components. Components are the nothing but nodes. Components where each component may be in one of the many possible states. In one of the many possible states. So that is what Kauffman's NK model deals with. So he feels that if any network should be strong, so there should be several interactions between them. So without interactions and without coordination among the nodes, so there is no passage of the information. So what is the objective of Kauffman model is that model is to maximize the performance. So if there are interactions and coordination among the among the nodes, what will happen? The performance will be increased based upon the contribution of each component. So depending upon the state of component and interaction with its neighbors, so the performance will be better, the project will be better, so they will be getting the huge insights. So that is what the Kaufman's NK model states. That what is its objective? Objectives of what is its objective? Its objective is to maximize is to maximize maximize the performance measure of the system based on the contribution. Without the neighbors contribution we can't do anything, right? So based on the contribution from the neighbors, based on the contribution from each component. So depending upon the state of component and interaction with its neighbors, so what the maximum performance will be also depends upon the data we'll be getting from the node. So for example, if a data has less information, so the performance will be better decreasing. So if a node has the more information, so it will be passing the more information. For example, so n is equal to number of components or nodes, number of components, and k is the degree of interaction between the system components. That is nothing but the interactions between the nodes, or we can also call it as the degree. K is equal to degree of interactions between the systems component. So it is interaction between links, that is not we'll be calculating as bitness. For example, if there are n nodes and k represents the interaction between the nodes, what will happen? It requires more interactions from the nodes for an efficient project of the system. So what we are dealing with the maximization of the project, maximize the performance of the system. So to increase the performance, there should be most interaction between the nodes. So for example, if we take in a graphical representation, what will happen? If when the interaction is high between the nodes, the graph will be, so let me write all those. So what, for example, so let me write. So we have taken n is equal to number of components and k is the degree of coordination between the system components. So if there are many interactions between the nodes, what will happen? The performance will be higher. So for example, for every efficient productivity of the system. So when there are interactions are high between the nodes, the system fitness increases and leads to efficiency. We will get the required optional solution. So when it will be occurring? It will be occurring when the graph. So when the interactions are high, the graph look like this. So this is distance and this is fitness. Fitness is nothing but the interactions. So this graph is called K large. So what will happen in K large graph? That K large graph is nothing but when interactions are high between the nodes, system fitness increases and leads to efficiency of the project or the development. Efficiency. We will be getting an optimal solution from K large. So what will happen if the interactions are medium? If the interactions are medium, we will be getting a graph called K medium. What is K? Is nothing but the degree of the interactions between the systems. K medium graph. So this is distance and here it is fitness. So if there are medium interactions between the nodes, what will happen? So there will be a struggling graph. That is, we will be not knowing which node will be having high data and which one node will be having less data. So graph will be look like this when the interactions are less, or when the interactions are moderate. Interactions are medium between the nodes. Thus the system food would be least efficiency. We will be getting an optimal solution that may or may not be an optimal. So in case of Kailash, we will be getting an optimal solution because every node is interacting highly. So we will be getting an optimal solution. Whereas in K medium, what will happen? What will happen? We don't know that it is an optimal solution or not. So optimal solution may or may not. It may be, for example, if we get a solution from this, the solution may be optimal or not. Optimal or not. We don't know that. So if totally there are no interactions between the nodes or the interactions are low, there will be a map called that graph is called K small graph, where each coordination link will be, the graph will look like this. This is the distance and this is fitness. So when the interactions are small, we can't say that how the data will be passing through it. For example, if it has a bottleneck, how we can say that the data will be flowing smoothly? So we don't know that, right? So that is what it actually deals with. So when interactions are very low between the nodes, when the interactions are between the nodes, these types of graph will be formed, which results in poor system fitness and inefficiency. So there is no optimal solution. So when there is a no interaction between the nodes, where we'll be getting from where we'll be getting the optimal solution? No, that is what it is. So very low between the nodes, which results in poor system fitness and inefficient, and there is no optimal solution. So I'll be writing here no optimal solution. So there is no optimal solution will happen. So what we have discussed, in innovation and coordination, and in that we have discussed Kauffman